What is a Minecraft Forever world? Minecraft Forever world is a world which you play, well, forever. Maybe you take a break or two, but you always come back to it. Today, I will start such a world, but with a twist. I will start from InfDev and then go all the way up to the newest Minecraft versions. Starting in InfDev, then going to Alpha, and going to Beta, and then finally going through the release versions until we are at the newest version that is currently out. So follow me in my journey of my forever world. I did forget to record the beginning of this episode, but nothing important was missed. Only gathered some wood and some dirt, the usual. I am near my spawn, so in case I do die, I can walk back without getting lost. I started by slowly flattening the area in here, so I could get it flat enough to later build my house at. Why it took me so long to actually finally make a crafting table is beyond me, honestly. That took way too long than it should have had. And I will go through some shovels. A lot of shovels. Like, a lot. After those two shovels broke, I went to get some stone, because otherwise this is gonna take forever with just wooden tools. I built a quick dirt house so I am safe during the night, even though InfDev does not have a tendency to spawn many monsters near you. I found one singular iron while flattening the small hill too. While doing the digging, I saw afar a bunch of sheep, and I was thinking of all the wool I could get from them. Then I remembered you can get wool in old Minecraft just by punching the sheep. I slowly started to overflow with all the dirt I mined, so a chest had to be made. And finally, after 6 days, I also found some coal. Now I don't need to be scared in the dark anymore. And then, filling the hole, a skeleton decided to sneak up on me. Then I peeked out a few times, resulting in me only having half a heart. After that, I decided I steal more wool from the sheep. As I hadn't done it yet, I wanted to explore the nearby area. Also, I needed wood. A lot of wood for my future house. I also killed a pig in the middle of it. Unfortunately, I got no food from it. I wanted food. I spotted some more coal afar that I would definitely need later on once I go mining it. And this clip, just watch it. God, I still hate the mouse in the. Ah, fuck. Of course. I managed to do that. Alright, now I need to collect my items again. Yeah, I died there because of fall damage. Never underestimate fall damage, please. It can kill you so easily in game. I expanded the dirt house slightly to make it safer. And I added a door. I also made a furnace to smelt sand and whatever iron I mined. I planted a lot of saplings as I needed way more wood for my future project. Also, what I find funny is the door texture. It is missing the holes. I ventured out into the wild again, because the trees didn't grow yet, so I went to gather more wood for my house. While chopping down all this wood, I also killed some pigs. I was stocking up on food. After all, it heals you automatically in the older Minecraft versions. On the way back, I also saw a lot of sheep, and I want all the wool I can get in these old versions because it's so easy to get. Upon returning home, I saw that my forest has grown. And now I need to take down my little rainforest I made. My plan for my house was to keep it very simple. This is due to my inability to sneak, and I cannot build very high up, or too risky, otherwise I just risk falling down and dying again. I am also very limited in blocks, only having really stone and one wood type. I could try to make something with leaves, but that would take way too much effort, and after an update they could just disappear again. I somehow wanted to incorporate the wool into this build, so I used it as the floor. I did unfortunately run out of wool, so I needed to get more later on. I did realize after looking into my chest that I still had wool, so I picked that up and would finish the floor afterwards. I started cooking all my meat so I had enough food for later on, as I needed it for all the healing I was going to do. I then finally finished the wool floor in my house. I made myself 2 extra chests because I was running out of space. I wanted to explore some more stuff outside in hopes to find some caves. I also started to make these cobblestone pillars so I would find my way back. I pretty much just ran around for a good while. While searching for some caves, I did find some coal on the side of a cliff. At this point I was very confused why I wasn't finding any caves whatsoever. Small tip: check what version you are in, because I was in a version that didn't have cliffs in it yet. So to fix that, I had to update exactly to the version that added caves. As it became night, I had to dig myself into the mountain to temporarily hold out so I wouldn't get killed. I did have an unwanted guest at one point. A zombie was standing in front of the hole. Once it was day, I went out to hopefully finally find a cave. Then I saw this beautiful spot and was kinda jealous that I didn't build here. But then I remembered why I built at the spot I did, because it was near spawn. I finally spotted something I wanted the whole time: gravel! I needed the gravel for paths I wanna do. And then finally, after all that traveling, I found an actual cave. I took all the coal with me that I found in front of the cave. So I started to make my way through the cave and also lighting it up. Further inside the cave, I finally also found more iron. I did find some more coal and a little bit more iron. I started camping out inside of the cave due to it being night and I didn't want to be scared by any mobs outside. I did change my position at one point. After it became night, I wanted to search for even more caves as I still needed a lot of materials. I found a cave with a lot of gravel inside, and you never can have too much gravel, especially if you use it for paths later. I did break my last shovel, so I just continued mining it with my fist. I also found some more iron while digging out the gravel. There was even more coal. I need all the coal that I ever can get. I slowly started making my way back. God, these islands are so pretty. Maybe I built something in the later parts. It's too far from spawn, and if I die, then it takes forever to get there. Ow. Missed it. I'll continue walking around on the shoreline. There's my base. I find this arm thing hilarious. Like, it's hilarious. Oh. Near the shoreline. This thing is just run around the shoreline back. You will find your base. Doesn't help when you're not built around the shoreline, of course. Finally, after arriving at home, I put my ore into the furnace. As my path, I had a combination out of gravel and stone slabs in mind. So this is the path idea I have. I'll place down some torches for the sake of lighting. I decided to use stone slabs as there were no wood slabs yet. I did struggle here a little bit to reach the corner as I couldn't sneak yet. I do definitely need to get more cobbles. A little bit of a path down there, because then I can build a small thing to go mining. So I slowly started on a path. I think I'm using this little spot for a mining thing operation. There, give me a wall. Oh! Oh lord! My wall is no longer light gray. It is now white. Yay! Sadly, it was time to say goodbye to the dirt house. Goodbye, dirt house. Cause the walls, gonna be out of this material. But I also need it for the paths. I then, in the middle of the night, started cleaning up this little place to build my mine at. Hello, dear creeper. How do I avoid you? Why are you running into my house? I am regretting my decision of not being on my base. Run! Why a skeleton too? Ah! No! Leave me alone! Ah! I don't like you. After that scare, I decided to burn some more of my meat. That was not on my, that was not on today's to-do list, to be scared by a creeper. Creeper, why are you doing this? After it became day, I started digging down. I started on a storage building, so I have a dedicated place to store all the stuff I collect over time in. I did decide to go with stone for the walls to have something different from my main house. I did had a plan for this section of the wall. I wanted to dig out the wall and replace it with stone slabs up until the edge of the cliff. I decided a good idea was to explore even more, but this time a little bit into a different direction. While exploring, I found some more coal on the side of a cliff. As it became night, I had to dig myself into a hole again. I don't find that often. Take these with me. There were the mushrooms. I was actually surprised to find some mushrooms and flowers. Red flowers! Yay! I saw some more. Funnily enough, they are called poppies in this version. Well, you cannot see it because Minecraft doesn't tell you that, but they were called poppies until they became the roses. It is kind of funny how they spawn there, but then they go... But then they kind of go kaput. Which is kind of confusing. Like, why? Unfortunately, at this point I had a realization. I got lost. I did find some caves while being lost, so I decided to explore them and grab any ores I got from them. When it became night, I decided to build up to see if I can find some of my older pillars. But I didn't find them, so I decided to wait out the night inside of a tree. I found the pillar! I found the pillar in the fog! But just a little bit. Yes, in the fog. Just a little bit. I saw it sticking out. The pillar! One of the many pillars I made. It's so distracted by flowers, you just get lost. And I cannot even look up coordinates. Don't exist. On the way back, I also found one more cave. I did have to say, the older version of Minecraft had some very interesting world generation at moments. While slowly heading back, I encountered something that was common in old Minecraft. Ah! What the? what is happening here are cold jittery chunks. You are essentially getting stuck in them because Minecraft cannot tell properly where you are. This bug has been fixed in modern versions. I decided to be extra bold, and I just ran home during the night. I'm gonna try to avoid enemies as much as I can. I did have a spider nearly sneaking up on me. Drop on me like that. Dead. Now I have no longer any healing items. After that scare with the spider, I finally arrived home. The cobblestone I had on hand, I added into the storage building. First thing in the morning I did was kill a creeper. I got even more meat. I then gathered more wood for the mining area. I got pretty hungry, so I killed every pig I saw. I worked more on my storage and placed down a lot of chests to sort later on. I forgot you cannot put them like that in these versions. And more chest placing. And then finally it was time to sort everything that I had collected at this point. I continued down my mine, primarily because I needed a lot of cobblestone for my projects. While digging it down, I also found some more coal. They exist in this version. Oh, that is a lot of sheep in the storage area. How much sheep did you end up in here? What in the... Why? Is this a sheep sheep apocalypse? Or something? There were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were like 10 sheep! Why were there 10 sheep? Huh? Yeah, for some unknown reason, a lot of sheep spawned inside my storage house. I did quickly decide to patch that hole. I then got a cool idea for a big smelting area. So I built another big furnace. Furnace. Finally, I finished the walls. I don't like the sheep in here. Why did 10 sheep spawn in here? At least I don't have to spawn inside the house. I also started on the roof and I started digging out the ground to later replace with cobblestone. The main thing is that chests are code blocks instead of just entities. Well, they usually are. Those are some pretty paths, I need to say that. Like them. After all that, I waited for all my iron to smelt because I needed a few pickaxes and I wanted to make them out of iron. I need more torches. Wrong place. Of course, I don't have my coal with me. While digging down, I found more iron. Unfortunately, while placing more stone slabs, this happened. Fuck! God! Ah, my heart! Jesus! And that is why I hate creepers so much. Run. This is more than one skeleton. This is one more. That's a one. And skeletons. I also hate skeletons. Also, me dying made me lose my skin again. Against my better judgment, I decided to still place these slabs during the night. Finally, I also made myself a set of iron armor after having gathered enough iron for it. Okay, I'm stealing this block because otherwise I'm gonna struggle at this door forever. I also finally fixed the road after that creeper sneaking up on me debacle happened. And then I reached level 0, where no bedrock was there. So I could just fall into the hole. After going back to ground level 6, I started to strip mine. While strip mining, I also found a lot of iron. Good gold! Yay! Not that I really can do anything with it in this version except making blocks, but it is still good to have for the future. Especially when I do a thing of crafting notch apples at a later point. You cannot craft the notch apples anymore. In your versions. In all versions you could actually properly craft them. You just needed blocks for it. Ugh. This was a very good mining trip. I placed down some more furnaces and waited for all my ore to smell. I finally started on the wall of the path to my mine. Quick time lapse of me doing the stone walls upon the cliffs. I also got attacked a few times by mobs on the way. And with that, I had a cool little path to my mine. With all those leftover slabs I now had, I could also finally finish my roof. I added some more slabs on the side of the buildings to give them more depth. After all that, I went back to strip mining. And with that mining session completed, I made even more stone slabs because you can never have enough stone slabs apparently. And I went back to building more roofs. Ouch. And falling down roofs. With all the cobblestone I have gathered, I finally after years could finish the storage building. I had a little funny idea with the gold blocks. I wanted to make myself a throne. I did not have enough gold blocks yet though. I wanted to clear up a very big area because I had the idea to later maybe build some kind of rail station there when I could connect all my places together. I took a little break from flattening the area, so I decided to build a little place that I could later use for fishing or to maybe use as a little place for my boats. So yeah, I tried to craft fences, first the modern way and then the old way, but no dice. No fences for me. I then finished my fishing area for the most part, except, well, the missing fences. After making that little fishing area, I decided to continue on flattening the ground. While digging, I found some more iron. Unfortunately, I was an idiot. I didn't see a skeleton and I got killed by a skeleton. I also later got killed by a spider too. In the same hole. This is also where I later got an idea to put a path to my spawn area so I had a better path home. That took over an hour. Yay, I died twice. That will be most likely a time lapse because of how long it took. Also, I had the idea in the middle of that at my spawn point I'm gonna make a little platform where I then have a minecart track. It just gets me to my base faster. I started to plant a lot of saplings to later stockpile a lot of wood. While waiting for those trees to grow, I also ventured out to get more wood outside of my base. I built a small thing for the rail tracks to later go to. Then I quickly drowned myself because I needed to see exactly where my spawn point was. Once I respawned, I placed sand around the whole place so I could have a better mark to where I need to go. And then I finally started on the project of making a path to my spawn point, which admittedly took way too long and I had to get way too much cobble in between too. I went down the mines to get a lot more cobblestone. After coming back from the mining session, I got a lot of iron, a lot of gold, which I later will use for the throne, and a lot of coal, and more importantly, a lot of cobblestone. I also saw that a lot of my trees had grown, so I collected all the wood I could get from it as I would use it as a side thing, as the railing for the path to the spawn point. I decided to wait out the night though, but then I saw on the way back that there were a lot of creepers on the roof of my storage area. I needed to fix that later. How much mining did I go this episode? A little bit too much, but I needed all the cobblestone. Because that path, it took forever and I needed like a billion cobblestone for it. Why did I decide to make the path? I regret my life. After mining all of that, I went to my smelters to smelt all the ore and grab all the glass I still had in the smelter. I went into my storage house and I saw pigs. Why were there pigs in my storage room? How and why? I had a sheep in my house. Why? Why are there sheep in my house? Die. I don't need sheep in my house. Thank you for the wool though. I also quickly grabbed all the wood of the trees that had grown while I was mining. After gathering all these materials, I continued on the spawn path. I wanted to expand the roof a little bit, but unfortunately the slabs didn't want to work that way yet. I would need to do that at a later point. The only thing I'm interested in, I want gravel. Gravel! There's the gravel. What always surprises me at the older version is how much gravel you get when you find it. We have it brown. Yay. This is kind of funny, honestly. I also started making a bunch of rails for later for the minecart track. Not knowing that minecarts were not yet completely functional and were also kind of bugged. No, so a lot of pics. Despite everything, I wanted to try the minecart out. Oops! Minecraft crashed. 1 second. Be back. Not gonna use the minecart yet. I still wanted to place all the minecart tracks though, for later when the minecart finally was functional. Perfect, and with that, the railway is done. Hooray! With the railway done, I finally got to do all the goals I had set to do in InfDev. So, in next episode, we are gonna start an alpha as my main connection point thingy. Like, wait a second. Like I could use one of the corners or one part from here and then connect it. And then later when I have redstone, I can use redstone with the with like the powered rails to stop myself and then choose in which direction I go. Be like really cool train system. Next episode, we are finally updating into Minecraft Alpha. Which version? I see. I don't know yet. Maybe 1.1.1? Who knows? I see you later in the next episode. Hasta la vista.